Hey everyone, Maasai Monday is here.
Between the 16th and 17th centuries, the Maasai established themselves as one of the main groups among the pastoral societies that dominated the land between the Great
Very, very
Plains, the
tribal it
Great
seems.
Rift, and the coast of the Indian Ocean. This is where they led their herds on the vast plains of present-day Kenya and Tanzania.
Alrighty.
As a pastoralist culture, we decided that having an agrarian orientation would be a perfect match. That is also why they have the pastoral.
Alright, I do like the robes here. Very, very colorful. So we have pastoral prowess, 25% population consumption on all cities. So is that when you're making units? They actually have to explain that one. I'm not too sure how that works. But you have Inkong, +5 food per adjacent exploitation, and it counts as a farmer's quarter. Okay. And then you have the Maasai Morans.
As their legacy trait, which reduces on 25% the food consumption in your cities.
Within this agro-pastoral society, the Enkangs form the most widespread structure of collective housing. Several dwellings.
Okay, so I misread it wrong. That makes sense. I thought it was like some weird conscription effect, but it's quite literally just minus 25% reduced food, which makes
Within this
sense.
agro-pastoral society, the Enkangs form the most widespread structure of collective housing. Several dwellings were arranged around a central enclosure, used to regroup cattle at night. It was then surrounded by a large barrier of
Alright, so you basically
solid
put those next to
protecting
exploitations.
animals and men from attacks by predators and looters.
Enkangs can be placed in the best spot in your territory to exploit food, providing a bonus from adjacent tiles, and also acting as an anchor to build new districts to maximize your growth.
Among the Maasai's great warriors, the status of Moran represented the highest position a man could attain. Equipped with a spear, bow, sword or club, the Moran were also the only ones allowed to defend villages, kill animals alone, and hunt lions.
Equipped with their deadly rungu, the Moran are implacable warriors that will destroy units that have already taken damage.
Alright, so I love that unit design. That would be terrifying to see in battle. Look at that guy's holding his axe like an effing golf club. That's going to do some serious damage. So, wielding vicious rungu throwing clubs. Throwing clubs, these Maasai warriors can ruthlessly exploit an opponent's weakness. They have some pretty decent combat strength, 43. I think that's standard upkeep, and then they are ranged, so they can throw their axes, of course. And then they have the bonus implacable. So they get bonus combat strength against damaged targets. I think the Mayan Javelineers have a similar bonus, but very, very potent when you can kind of line them up. So what you basically want to do is keep these guys behind enemy lines like the standard archers, and then weaken them first with your warriors, your infantry, your melee units, and then go ahead and just pound them and absolutely go to town with the Maasai Morans. Fairly simple, straightforward, but they do definitely have a place, I think, in the current meta, perhaps with that implaceable bonus. So you'll have to see just how good it is, the percentages, and how much damage you could actually stack up on wounded units, but it should be very good.
So do not forget to bring some within your armies to maximize their efficiency. The Maasai are one additional culture for you to shape your own civilization and leave your mark on humankind.
All right, that was like one of the shortest culture reveals. I'm kind of a bit disappointed by this one, I have to be honest. I think this is a very, very basic legacy ability compared to what we've seen previously. They were just a bit more creative, like with not the Bantu. Well, the Bantu did have a somewhat creative ability with their pioneers and whatever. But the legacy trait specifically, I think what we had last week, the Swahili, were a bit more creative, just with how you can kind of balance around their stability, and you're encouraged to kind of cluster your harbors with like districts and whatnot. And then I think the Garamantes had a creative ability too with like their influence. At least it was a bit more inspired than this. Like with at least early modern era cultures, you're kind of hoping that there's going to be a bit more complication to how you manage things, since you're like getting into the end game there. Did you want some strategy to keep you occupied and entertained? But I guess that's okay. It's a very basic ability. I do like the Ankong. We haven't really had something that interacts with exploitations quite as much as this one, aside from like markets. So it'll be very, very interesting and exciting and invigorating to kind of play around with something new. with exploitations, and then the Maasai morons are perfectly fine. But that has been it for
Percent
today's
food
Humankind
consumption
Culture
in
Reveal. I hope you guys
cities.
enjoyed the video. If
Within
you
this
did, check out my other
agro-pastoral
Humankind
society,
Culture
the
Reveals
against
videos. I'll
formed
link
most
them up in the
widespread
top right hand
structure of
corner.
collective
And if
housing.
you like the video, leave a
Several
like and
dwellings were
subscribe.
arranged around
All right,
central
love you
enclosure,
guys.
used to
Peace.
regroup